Bass Gear Magazine coming at you from the 2019 Winter NAMM Show, and we had the privilege to sit down with Kelly LeMieux with an interview here, talking about all things Buckcherry, the upcoming tour, the upcoming album, and a little bit of bass geekery. So,
thank you. Honor's mine too. Great, man. My feet are still working.
That's a good
After
thing.
like this is my third day.
Absolutely.
I was checking my health rider, and I jog when I'm at home, and I've tripled that just walking around the NAMM show. So.
Yeah, it's kind of like the NAMM Marathon,
Oh,
you know,
goodness,
the NAMM.
my dogs are barking.
That's right. Well, you got an upcoming tour, right? Can you tell us about that?
So we're leaving a week from Super Bowl Sunday. We fly out, so I'll miss that. Go Rams. Alienate all those Patriots fans. And we fly out. We're doing 3 weeks. 2 weeks in the UK, a week in Europe. We're out with Hoobastank and Adelita's Way. Come back for a week, and then US tour 2 months, and new record coming out March 8th.
Very nice.
And yeah.
Well, what's the new record like? Can you tell us about it?
It's Buckcherry 3.0. It's Mike Plotnikoff did this one, who did the 15 record. So sounds really killer. Very happy with the bass sounds. It's Buckcherry. We kind of, some of it's a little more modernized, but it's still just Josh is singing on it, man. It's gonna sound like Buckcherry.
You picked up a new drummer recently?
We did. We just got Francis Ruiz came in. He's just an old school sweetheart, rock and roll. Makes us sound like a sleazy rock and roll band. Great drummer, great guy.
It's amazing. I love that you guys are helping keep rock and roll alive out there.
Hey man, we're like,
alive
I
and
feel
well.
like we're the last of the Mohegans almost.
Yeah.
Like, we're kind of like one of the last dirty rock and roll bands out there.
And you said you get to play with Paul Gilbert every now and then as well?
I do. I played with Paul. I started playing with him in '98 the first time, and I did a record with him in 12, and I played with him in 13, and then I got the Buckcherry gig in 13.
Yep.
And yeah, love Paul. Hi, Paul.
And of course, you know, Bass Gear Magazine, we have to get a little bit of bass
Oh,
geekery
let's
in.
do it. I love it. I'm a
right.
bass geek.
All right.
I love gear.
Tell us your thoughts on instruments you bring to the stage.
Well, basses to me are kind of like shoes. I'm kind of a shoe freak. So I love certain basses for certain situations, but I basically play, like, depending on what bass it's going to be, the same bass that whole night. I don't really switch around a lot.
Okay.
I recently got a new Ernie Ball Stingray Special, and they whittled 3 pounds off of them, which makes it so much more lovely for me. 18 volt, 5 bolt on the neck, scooped it out 22 frets,
okay.
Lightened up the tuning keys, lightened up that, scooped the armrest, neodymium in the pickups, and like I said, the 18 volt preamp, crushing, roasted maple necks. I love it. And then I'm also a big fan of Spectre basses. I love the Spectres. I love the bite. So I got an NS4, which was like my Death Wish bass, I call it, because literally, not to get bummered, but I was in the middle of a tour 2.5 years ago, and I'm like, man, I'm not feeling good. I'm really tired. We had a 6-day break. I went in, got my blood tested. Day before we were supposed to leave for tour, I went in, and they called me up. They're like, hey, Kelly, can you come in? We have your test results back. And I just turned around, and my girl was sitting next to me. I looked at her and I went, she's like, what's the matter? I'm like, they want me to come in for my test results. Long story longer, I had leukemia.
Oh, really?
Went in, did my shit. That's why I call it my Death Wish bass, because I was laying there getting double bags of chemo in the hospital in Portland, where I live, in the oncology ward, sitting there going like, huh, what are your regrets? Like, you kind of like run through like, and I'm like, I never ordered a USA Spectre bass. So I actually, the day I got out, I'm still here. I beat it.
That's awesome.
Killer. My doctor, Dr. Godwin, everybody at Providence. Awesome. I thanked him on the new record. I thank him always. I love him. I just got 2 years clean.
Sweet.
Cancer free, which is a huge deal. And so I called PJ up, and it's a Doug Wimbish neck, so it's a DW, Death Wish. Ordered that. I love it. I bring that bad boy out, but I get a little paranoid because it's kind of really nice and expensive. And
right.
So I kind of retired it a little bit, but I might order another single cut. We'll see. And then my boys at Yamaha, they hot rodded some stuff for me. My buddy Scott Marceau, who's was at Seymour Duncan, went to Yamaha, and they hot rodded a couple BEXs for me, and I got a couple of the Japanese BBs.
Those are nice.
So those are kind of my three. I kind of rotate them. Love them. Love everybody there. Has been great. PJ, everybody at Ernie Ball's been awesome, and Derek Brooks, and those are my three. Kind of rotate them.
Yeah.
Kind of like my shoes.
Sure. There you go.
I'm a total shoe whore.
You gotta keep them fresh, man. Right?
I like boots.
Nice.
I love boots. I can't help it. So.
And we were talking earlier, you know, you obviously use in-ears a lot when you're on stage, but you like to have a rig with you as well.
I do. I use the Ultimate Ears, and Jeanette and everybody there has been amazing. I love them. But yeah, I would say Aguilar. I use the 751, but I just got one of the new 700s.
AG700, absolutely.
I'm bringing that out when we do the States. I'm going to bring that out. I'm going to try using it as just to see how. I've been using it locally in Portland. I mean, it's like 5 pounds. It's crushing. I had a 500, but the 700 keeps up great. And then I use the 412, which I love. And might get another one for the other side of the stage, even though we're using here. Stevie's like, I think I might want to feel the bass, and I'm like, let me talk to let me talk to the Daves and see. And then in the studio, I use the dark glass. I use the Alpha Omega. So we did a cover of it. It had like a hole. I don't know if you've heard it yet. If you go check it out. And I actually used a pick, which we never do in Buckcherry. I actually used a pick on 3 songs on this record, I think. And then and it was the Alpha Omega with a pick, and I used my Spectre. I'm so bad at model names. It's the Helium.
Oh, there you go.
It's the Helium, and it has the I got the dark glass preamp in it, which is awesome.
That's a great preamp.
And then I put a it's got the super single Aguilars in it.
Yep. And
it sounds a lot like my Stingray. Actually, playing that kind of made me go, God, this really sounds like a Stingray. And I talked to Derek at Ernie, and they sound very similar. So I love the super singles, the Aguilars. But anyways, and then I really live. I got one of those Doug Pinnick, the Tech 21 DPs. I actually name drop. Finally ran into Doug and was like, Doug, I'm Kelly from Buckcherry. And he looks at me and goes, I know you are, baby. And I think all my friends were like, oh, you got to meet Kelly. He loves your pedal. So I use that because it's got the compression and it's just a great pedal. I can take that thing, fits right in my bass case with my ears. It's got a tuner, compression, I use the Shure wireless pedal.
Oh yeah.
Maybe you know I don't know model numbers. I'm so bad.
GLXD, I believe.
Whatever it is, I love it. I've been using it for the last 3-4 years. Never had issues with it. Love it. So that's kind of like my Shure pedal and the Pinnick, and then occasionally I'll bring the dark glass. Is it the 7X?
B7K?
Yeah.
There you go.
Thank you. I'm glad you know. I know what it is. I'm like, that one.
That one.
And I'll use that occasionally, but I just been taking it direct off the Pinnick, and that's my sound, man.
Cool.
Aguilar and the Pinnick pedal live. That's my jam.
Well, we can't wait to catch you on the latest tour and hear the new album.
Yeah.
What's your favorite bass line on the new album, or do you have one?
Well, it's funny because when we went in to do it, I told Mike Plotnikoff, I said, Mike, I played with Paul Gilbert, I played in I got to shred on albums. I got to do. Let's channel my inner Cliff Williams.
There you go.
And I'm like, I really don't want to overthink this record. I want to just keep it really, but I would say probably, I think I did some cool stuff. I got to go back and listen to it because it's like we ripped it out and then kind of like started just recently listening to it again. I really like Devil's in the Details. I'm trying to think because it was a different name on tour because we basically did the record. We did pre-production at sound checks last year and then finished the record and then went right into the studio. There's like 3 songs that we really didn't play at sound check and work on. It was just kind of like whipped it out as we went. But also Back Down. Yeah, that's what it's being called now. Like, you know, it changes it.
Yeah. So
Back Down's really cool. And man, I just kept it really. My new philosophy in life is keep it simple, stupid.
Yeah.
And I'm really I even use flat wounds on 3 songs. I use the Ernie Ball, and I use DR strings live. I love the DRs, but I use the Ernie Ball Cobalt flat wounds on a vintage P bass 75 for 2 of the ballads, and we got like kind of a punk rock. No regrets, no regrets, and I used a pick also on that one, and it's just because I played in Goldfinger for a long time too, so I got a little. I know some punk rock stuff. Played in Fear for 3 years in the '90s, and I kept it really dum man. Kept it really dum. This is my just like super simple. I didn't want to overthink it.
Right.
So probably those 2, Devil in the Details. Oh, Vacuum, actually. There's a song called Vacuum. It's not about a vacuum, people. I'm just going to tell you that right now. So, yeah, I'd say those 3. I actually got to go back and listen to it because I'll go back and go, oh, that was kind of cool. What did it? And then have to I'm like relearning stuff for the new tour. So,
can't wait to check it out, man.
Thank you.
Appreciate you taking the time to talk to us.
Thank you so much for having me.
Hope your voice holds up a little bit better than mine has.
Dude, I always sound like this.
Yeah.
But it's even worse.
It's NAMM.
Yeah.
All right.
Don't get the NAMM thrax.
That's right. All right. Bassgear Magazine, thanks for joining us.
Thanks, everybody.